Noah in the chat wants to ask you who was fighting at the party. The girl and guy. Look into them. Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was, like, we had boxing gloves. People were, like, trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama or they weren't enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like, we have people on them. But
so it wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title. Which I will candidly admit, people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
As for the Fight Club, it's more. I don't know what the Fight Club thing started, and Sam didn't mention it to me. I heard about it later. I see boxing gloves. She did say there was a friendly fight. She did tell me that night that there was a few friendly fights, just to get the party going, like, and have some fun and break up the tension. That they were boxing each other, but they had boxing gloves, so it's not like they were actually fighting. It was more just.
We've seen videos of those fights, and it was supposed to be friendly fights, but those are not friendly fights. I don't care what nobody says.
Sam never told me. I knew that she said there were friendly fights, and she had planned some of them. Yeah, they have boxing. I guess I didn't. It's like okay. So you guys all get this. The kids in Truckee are very, very rough, and
I've heard you
rough
explain this. Yeah, I remember.
And they're more, but when I say rough, they're just fun. They're outdoorsy. They're sports people. So when they say play fighting and boxing, these kids wrestle. They play football. They do everything else. So they have a lot of energy. A good way. It's like tag football. It's like flag football. It's like flag football without the tackling. I mean, they're not going out there to hurt anybody. They're going out there just to have fun. And it's not like they have thousands of them. There'll be 2 or 3 just to kind of keep like someone will they'll be like, do you guys want to box or do you want to do this? And they're like, sure, why not? And it's 2 kids having fun. I mean, I heard someone finally. I heard it on somewhere. I don't know where it was, but they said they have rules. I mean, they have rules to these fights. They're not allowed to hit in the face. They're not allowed to hit in the privates. They're not allowed to they're not allowed to run up on them. I mean, they're stupid rules, but it's just play fighting. It's not in roughhousing and boys running against each other. It's like being in a mosh pit. You're not fighting with someone. You're being in a mosh pit, and that's what's happening.
Sometimes people die in mosh pits, Miss Megan.
I've heard Kylie had a fight with Sam, but Sam mentioned it to me, and I didn't. Like I said, she could have lied to me, but I don't know. You don't know the answer.
It is known that at least the boys fight at the parties based on where they're from. I heard somewhere that the fights were what the party was about /for. The kids are saying graduation, but it is August already. Cocaine fueled kids boxing. WTF? What the fuck? That parent also said it was advertised for a month daily on Snapchat.
They were trying to get him. They were trying to get more morale up, I guess. More people having fun. More people. The play. When you say fights, it makes it sound so.
No, okay. Can I say roughhousing, rough? Is it better if I use that word, roughhousing? Like,
I think,
wrestling?
for my opinion, yes. I mean, I can see how you can say it as a fight, but I'm like, in these kids, the way I believe it, they're putting in that direction is that it was rough housing. Like they have boxing gloves on.
Okay,
and they have rules.
Okay.
Let me clarify this right now. Where they are all partying at, they clear all that stuff out. Where they're out there doing that, whatever they're doing, those kids have either been there before, they've thought about this, and they've made it so that everybody, and if someone's going to fall down, there's usually someone there, and if someone's going to fall down, there's usually someone there. Someone's in charge. Like I just said, there's a referee. There's someone that's there. They start and stop. I mean, it's not like a free for. I mean, it is a free for all. It is a free for all, but it's not like 100 kids are fighting. It might be 2. It's 2 people, and they fight for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then they go, I'm done. I'm going to my next beer, or drink, or whatever. They're not doing it anticipating hurting someone. They're doing it anticipating laughing, giggling, and fun, and having a good time. So they're not intentionally hurting them. So That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like it's a knockdown, drag out fight like she's saying, like where it's there's someone that has to win every single time.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title. Which I will grandly admit, people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
I have heard speculation and only know that I've heard this, and I did ask the question. I know a little bit, but there was some sort of an altercation at the party that at the very end between what I guess is Kylie and someone else. But there was some sort of an altercation at the party that at the very end between what I guess is Kylie and someone else. But I don't know what it was over. I pieced together bits of it, but until I find out that full thing, I do not know what the altercation was. But I do believe that there were play fighting at the and like it's called fight night and stuff like that, and it's just play fighting at the and they're not actual fights, they're just kids playing at the parties. So no, there was not a huge altercation that has come full circle to me yet. But I do believe it was a play fight. I don't know if I saw this video, I would be able to ask my daughter or my son who they are.
Are you implying people have seen this video?
Can I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about this. Oh, I've heard about all this. I've heard that. Well, I've also heard. And it's like being in a fight and you're standing on the side and videotaping it. And it's like being in a fight and you're standing on the side and videotaping it. You're just as guilty as everybody else. It's not breaking up the fight. You know, like. It's. I guess. I can't. Sure. No. I wait. No, it's not possible. From what I know, that anybody got hurt at these fights. No one has ever been. No one that I know of or have ever mentioned or have seen walking around with, just like when I go to the doctors or whatever. Never heard anybody say, "Oh, I got hit and I got beat up at a fight, and it was at a play fight." No, I mean they don't. There's these kids like each, and not everybody likes each other, but most of them do. And if they're going out there to have a good time, and like I said, there's also lots of other friends. So if something was getting out of control like that, there are many boys out there that can each take care of each other. And I think that I think that the boys that I've met would not let that happen if that was happening. They have boxing gloves on. So it's not like they're hitting each other hard in the shoulder or in the chest, yes, or in the arm.
But if you're in a gym if you're in a gym, you're gonna land on a mat. In the woods, if you get hit by, even if it's a boxing glove, if you fall, they're in the woods. There are rocks on the ground. There are trees around.
An accident can happen anywhere. Correct. There is an accident. Yeah. That it can happen anywhere. But I think that the way you're portraying it to be, no offense, is that you're making it sound more devilish than it needs to in this case.
Play fighting, that's fine. No one's going to do no one's going to go into a play fight and say, I'm going to kill someone. They're, like you said, they're going to play fight. But then imagine alcohol being involved and drugs. An accident can happen. Somebody can hit someone too hard. Somebody can fall and hit their head. And you know what kids do when they're under the influence? They panic. And that's not the fault at the kids. They're kids. However, it's not impossible to theorize that possibly something happened, someone got hurt, and people panicked, is all I'm saying.
I know it was an accident in my mind, but I still, as an accident, I'm always going to wonder how the accident happened. Like, what happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing. If it was just a slip, or if it was a slip. If it was just a slip, or if it was a slip. If it was just a slip, or if it was a slip. I mean, that like, I just, I'll never know.